raise your hand too.
Even though you talked so much shit about my cooking, and you probably would still now because I'm nowhere near like your level, but like you cook out of boxes, like in cans. And there was one time that I made breakfast, and you like were all like, "Why are the eggs brown? The scrambled eggs. Why are the eggs brown?" And so like I was so insecure, like cook at your house. Oh, and all the times we made Scotch eggs.
Yep.
I remember that.
That is still Anthony's favorite that I rarely cook.
It's a lot more work than you think it is. I'm out of storage on my phone, it tells me.
Okay.
So yeah, I realized it had been like over a year since I made Scotch eggs for Joe, so I made them for him recently. But yeah, it's not fun, especially my tiny kitchen, man.
Especially if you're making it for more than one person, it's awful. Like, you have to boil the eggs, and then you have to do the sausage, and you can't transpose the frying, and like fry, because you need to fry and then bake, but you can't bake and then fry because it just kind of messes it up.
Yeah, and they're so filling that you're like, okay, I'll make 2 or 3 for this person because they don't heat up very well either. And so, like if you have leftovers, like they can be reheated, but they're not as good. And so but we have a restaurant here that we'll take you to when you come and visit. That's it's a trifecta. It's got like 3 different kinds of cuisine, and one of them is Irish English, and they serve them there. So
how much are they? I mean, any price would be worth not having to make them, right?
Yeah, I think it's cheaper than what if you bought all the ingredients, but I think you just get one. I think they're like $12. So I mean, it's not bad, but you just get the one. Whereas you could probably spend a little bit more money than that and get enough to serve a bunch of people.
Yeah, but then you have to make it.
To not have to do the work. Yeah. And all the times we made like the wontons.
Yeah.
Homemade wontons and egg.
I remember that because you were filming me once, and you were like, look at her face when she's concentrating on chopping. And I remember that because I remember like the birthday, you're in one of the videos. I'd have to find it, but like I think it was Lexi's birthday. You were in it, and the Easy Bake Oven fiasco with the kids.
Yeah. It's hard to believe that I've known those kids. I mean, obviously I haven't been around for quite a few years now, but yeah, back when I think Xander was still in diapers.
Yep. Yep, because Haley wasn't even around. Jen wasn't pregnant when I met you, but Leah was so little because I look back at the pictures of her and Xander that we took at the park where they're holding hands sitting on the bench. Yeah. Like,
they were so cute.
Yeah. What happened? Now they're mouthy.
Yeah, we at one point I think wanted to arrange a marriage. They were so cute together.
Yeah.
And they both had the blonde hair and blue eyes.
Yeah. Now they're mouthy and tall and mouthy. Did I mention mouthy?
Yeah, I saw a picture. My sister shared a picture with Leah standing next to her, and she's just about taller than Jennifer, which doesn't take much. I mean, but I was all like, holy crap. Like, she sprouted, like, she's so tall from, like, the last picture my sister shared. It's crazy.
I remember that.
School picture.
It doesn't feel like we've known each other as long as we have, which yeah. I think might be a good thing.
Right. And considering everything that we've been through together, not just with the situation of the 3 of us, like me, you, and Anthony, but then the situation with me and Joe, and then moving and everything, the fact that we even had a friendship to begin with, and then it's survived everything else. I mean, it's one of those situations where you know, like, you're going to be friends with this person for life. Like, there's nothing, we might have in the future we might have a blow up and not speak to each other, but we always like find our way back to each other. And it's like an honest, like, I know if I want someone's like real honest opinion, I know that I can go to you. I'm not going to get any bullshit. And when my life kind of fell apart in 2012, that's when I realized like I had so many people that I considered friends. And then when my life fell apart in 2012, like that's really when I saw who was really down for me and like loyal. And I think at the end of the day, the only person out there that I had was you. And so like, it's a friendship that I know, like, no matter what, we're going to be friends when we're like 80s, in our 80s and in wheelchairs, and you'll be crocheting and I'll be playing The Sims 25 and, you know.
Only 25? You think they'll only be up to 25 at that point?
Yeah, only Sims 25, yeah. So, but yeah, it's definitely an interesting start. And when people ask, oh, how did you meet? We don't really have a good way of answering that. We'll have to come up with some, like, crazy story of, oh, we were strippers at the same club.
Oh my god, that was funny. I was like, I went to watch her at the strip club one night, and, like, I threw down a 20, and she caught it with her vagina, and I was just impressed, and was like, that girl's my best friend.
We were cellmates together. Like, I feel like just about anything might be easier to say than to actually say the truth.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think I might change it each time everyone asks. We were lovers. She was a slug. I was a moth. We had a family.
My car broke down. She jump-started it with her nipples. Like, I always, like, when I explain it to people, and, like, I'm honest about it, I always say, okay, I'll tell you, but you have to hang on for the whole thing, because it doesn't sound right at the beginning.
No, because people look at you and go, why are you friends then?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I was okay with her dating my husband at the time.
It only gets worse as it goes along, and then they got back together, like, so I was just a side chick for a while, you know.
A distraction. I played my parts. She hired me. I mean, her husband was really ugly. What?
Yeah, when they got married and she wanted me to be at her wedding, yeah. Like.
Oh, I know, and that should be another story, because that was a fiasco too. And it's just like, we're met with like real challenging shit, and then we're still okay. And like, the wedding I was never not okay with, you know. It was just like, everything made, and that will lead to our next video, everything leads to a perfect storm. Yeah. Which we got.
I was big, maybe not initially, but I was a big supporter of you two getting back together. And even now, when Anthony can be classic Anthony sometimes, I will tell, like, there was one time I think I shot him a message where I was like, dude, you need to wake up, remember what it was like before, and snap out of it. And so, like, in hindsight, looking back, like, I wasn't always team Amy and Anthony, but, like, I am now. And so, yeah, I'm sad I didn't get to be at your wedding, but yeah, that's always an interesting story to tell.
Yeah. Well, I'll just get remarried.
Yeah. You see, what I told Joe was that every year we need to renew our vows so that I can wear the dress every year. So, because it doesn't make sense. I'm still butthurt about it, because, I mean, I didn't wear it grocery shopping. I didn't wear it nearly enough as I should have.
I know, and it's so much money to spend on a dress, but mine was screwed up, and ended up being free. But I had to alter the heck out of it, because it was supposed to be a high-low. I mean, not like thigh-high, but like, I'm getting married on a beach. I don't need one that drags. And nope, it was like, I swear, like 8 inches longer than me. I was like, you asked for my measurements. I even like cut off 5 inches from what you wanted. And still, it's still 8 inches too long. And then, of course, the armholes. I was like, am I showing side boob? Should I just got that pleather one?
I was disappointed because nobody told me that my little strappy things for the hangers were hanging out the side of my dress for the whole thing. And so, like, in all my pictures. And Joe and I didn't get any after wedding pictures of just the two of us.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, so I told him, I'm like, every year we have to renew our vows. And he goes, but you got the dress preserved. I said, well, I'll just have to get it preserved every year then.
Well, it's like with me, I don't know if you got it, but I didn't get the hand with our rings. Like, there are no pictures of that. There are pictures of our ring, but oh my god, our photographer was flaky. Like, that whole situation, that whole week was one drama-filled after another, and it wasn't just one person, it was like 3 or 4.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, I'm good.
I was pretty calm, and then the day of, I was freaking out, and my friend here, and the one that officiated the wedding, she at one point said to Joe, she goes, you have life insurance on her, right? Because I'm about to fucking kill her. Oh, pardon my language. But yeah, I was the day of, I was stressed and hardcore. I was definitely a bridezilla.
That's what they say, because I was maid of honor in Joni's wedding, and they either talk shit about her being a bridezilla or me, because she wanted it, and I was like, ask her, but do it like this, and then I will take the fall for it. And every time, it was even moving to the tables, like Anthony was like, it would be better if you put the tables here, because her wedding, I think there were almost 200 people invited situation.
Wow.
And so it was better for them to be long ways, but people wanted them at an angle, so then there was no room for a dance floor. There was nothing. Oh my god, people were getting pissed because we were doing everything the night before. It was less to do that day. And yeah.
Well, I had stayed up the night before with my friend here again, and we were finishing the like gift things, you know, with the chocolate and stuff in it. So I was up till like 3 a.m, and Joe went out for his bachelor party that we really didn't. I mean, I was okay with it, but like it wasn't planned to do bachelor and bachelorette parties. But his friend was in town, and so they went out, and he got drunk. And so he came home and passed out. And so I was up till like 3 a.m. And then I had to be getting my hair and makeup done at 8 a.m. And so I didn't get any sleep the night before. And then I was running late the day of, and trying to assign people like things to help with, but they weren't necessarily completely on board with doing anyways. And so yeah, it was just it was chaos. It was chaos. But it went by so fast. Like, I wish that I wouldn't have freaked out so much about it, because it was done in like 10 minutes, if even that.
I think besides the people being the stressors in my wedding, finding a beach that was within walking distance and not too ridiculous was our biggest issue. Now, besides, I don't know if I ever told you, Jerry threw a fit. He wanted to walk me down the aisle, and I wanted the boys to do it, and I was like, whatever. And just gave in. And then it turns out the sun in a veil you cannot see through. So I had to hope he wasn't going to off me.
Yeah. My biggest problem was I just wanted everything to be perfect, and it wasn't going to be perfect, but I was trying to. And we bought like a covered canopy for me to like hide in for walking out, and it was so hot in there. Like, the sweat was dripping down my legs. Oh. That when I finally got up to the stage, I was all like, as soon as I leave, it's gonna look like I peed on the stage, because I was so sweaty underneath that dress. And then I almost tripped walking up there. Like, it was, I just wanted everything to be perfect. And at the last minute, the person that was supposed to walk me down the aisle called and said they weren't going to make it. And it was chaos. It was chaos.
Was that the original person that was coming from here, or a different person? Oh, no, it was a different one, huh?
Yeah, so what had happened was, going to walk down by myself. I was perfectly content with walking down by myself. And then we went and we did like a run through, and the people that sang at our wedding were there, and I felt so insecure walking down just in my normal regular clothes in front of these people that I knew, that I was all like, okay, yeah, I can't walk down by myself. So then originally my dad was supposed to officiate. He completely ghosted me.